The Bible said, Adam knew Eve, and Eve conceived. After the knowing, conception follow after knowing. That is intimacy. So it is our year of knowing the Lord, building a personal relationship with the Lord, where men will begin to conceive. As a matter of fact, a man who knows the Lord, when that man comes out, you know. You see, you can't say you know the Lord and people will not see it in you. If you know the Lord, people will know you know. Why? It will manifest in your character. It will manifest in your life. It will manifest in all what you do. There will be manifestation, because what follows after knowing is what? Results. You can know somebody and it will not show. It is not possible. The Bible says in the book of John, the chapter 15, verses 5, he said, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Outside me, you can do nothing. This was what struck me. You can do nothing. So we are only able to produce results in God. This year, abide in him. He said, I am the vine and ye are branches. He that abide in me and I in him, the same bringeth forth what? Much fruit. So your manifestation will be determined by your relationship with the Lord. The results you will produce, what will determine that is your relationship with God. Intimate relationship. With that mean ye can do nothing. The Bible says, for by strength shall no man prevail. So this year, you try to do business by yourself. You try to excel by yourself. You try to use your wisdom, your intelligence, your knowledge. God said, with that mean you can do nothing. If I am not involved, you will achieve nothing. You will do all that you can. It's not like you will not do. You will try, you will attempt, but you fail. If God is not involved, even if it looks like success, it can be a trap. So there are many successes that look like success, but the absence of God can make it very dangerous. So that is why a man that is prospering without the presence of God, it can be risky. With that mean you can do nothing. It was Jesus saying it. He meant what he said, and he said what he meant, and it hasn't changed even up until now. With that mean ye can do nothing. This year, as you stay and abide in the Lord will show up in your life. The results will prove that you know the Lord. It is the results that will prove that you know God. It is the results. So the way we desire for things, when we are denied of those things, the Bible said that is how our soul should desire. My flesh long for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. Talking about the deer. Those who knows deer, I think they are animals that largely live in the desert and in the wilderness and some of the forests and the bush and all that. When the deer is thirsty and the deer is panting for water, he is not careful when he's panting for water. So there is nothing like being careful when panting for water. So this year God is expecting you to chase him, not being careful, not being calculative. There are people that chase God intelligently. Some calculate when they are chasing him, because if you are bringing something to the Lord on the altar in a form of monetary value, and you are calculating how you survive the month, and then after the remaining you have removed your monthly survival allowances, and you now brought the remaining and drop it on the altar, you are being careful. You see, you have to do something for God. Maybe God needs your time to do something, and this thing, before you do it, you are careful, you are calculating to see the consequence from the work side. Assuming I told my boss I'm not feeling well. Assuming now you are standing at the roadside preaching, and the same boss you say you are not feeling well is passing. You are being careful. This year, chase God with that being what? Careful. Long after him, like the deer panted for the water. How do the deer pant for the water? He chases the water anywhere he sees the water. You see the deer, see something like mirage, he will run there, realizing that it is only a mirage, it is not water. As a matter of fact, the deer will keep running and chasing mirages until the deer fall dead. That is how desperate the deer is after water at the desert, in the wilderness. Mirage is running towards, only to realize that it was not water. He ran again here, he will keep running. How many of you can run after? And God is not even a mirage, he's a reality. So when you run there, you will get him. This year, beyond corporate activities and service, know God for yourself. Beyond coming to church, hearing the word of God, listening, praying together and all that, know God for yourself. You see, one thing about our world is that we have become so shallow with a lot of things that we are not ready to go into deeper details with things. I watch a movie, Lord of the Rings, where you see trees accompanying people to go for war. The people, they went and contacted the trees. It was the trees that saved them from a particular breed of creatures. They contacted. You see, sometimes when you see that, you may think that they are animation and they are imagination. That does not exist, sir. It is in your realm. In the realm of God, nothing is non-living. Everything can speak. That is why rock can gas out water. And what the Lord said you require to do that is faith through intimacy. Going deeper into things this year. As I'm talking to you, we have already spoken to the year. We've talked to 2025 and we told the year that it is a year of great things. It's a year of mind-blowing testimonies. It is a year that will bring glorious manifestation to our doorsteps. While we are yet sleeping, people will call us with good news. Every day, credit. That's how it's going to be. But it is not possible in the absence of what? Relationship. He said, without me, you can do nothing. My prayer for you is that this year, things will change around you. The Bible said, come near to God and he will come near to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Anybody that comes near attract God. When you come near, he comes near. Come near and he will come near. Come near. James 4:8. Become closer. Become familiar. Have a deeper understanding of God. Personal relationship. To know him on a personal basis. And you will see the manifestation around your life. You will be surprised of the things that you see happening around your life. Anytime we are talking about people in the Bible who knew the Lord, there's nobody who knew God and was a vagabond. Nobody has a closer relationship with God and was still a vagabond. There was no one who was a friend of God and was still useless on earth. One of the things that add value in your life is you knowing God. You cannot know God and not secure a higher place on earth. It is not possible. Have you ever in your life met anybody that knows a big man and the big man also knows him? All of you knows your mama, but your mama don't know all of you. All of you know Nana Akufo-Addo. Nana Akufo-Addo don't know all of you. But hear me well. Before you even get to know God, he knew you. He said, whilst you were a clot of blood in the womb of your mother, I knew thee. So there is no day God will forget you. But one of the things that qualify you to collect is you knowing him. He said, come near. Nobody was a friend of God and was still a vagabond. To Abraham, he was a champion of his generation. Why? He knew the Lord. To Job, he was a champion of the East. Why? He knew the Lord. To Moses, he was the man of the moment. Why? He spoke to the Lord face to face. He said, you guys, if I have a revelation, I'll come in a dream and in a vision. But as for Moses, my servant, there is a face-to-face communication. To Joshua, he was a man of the moment, celebrated by everybody. Why? He knew the Lord. To add value to your life, know the Lord. Search for the Lord more. Stop knocking at doors and who's the Lord? Doors will open. Open up, O ye gates, and be lifted, ye everlasting doors, and let the King of glory. The doors responded, who is the King of glory? So doors open when they smell the presence of God in your life. Doors open based on who is standing there. So as you stand there, look, the reason why some doors don't open is because we knock with that God. You go there and say, please, call. Look, it doesn't happen like that. When you receive many no's, go back and check the level of God's presence in your life. So if every day you are proposing, they are saying no, sir, check God's presence in your life. Check God's presence. Because you go there, no. You go there, no. How is that possible? For God to be sitting down with Yvonne and you come and pass Yvonne and you will not see her. How is that possible? Are you blind? Who is the owner of the eyes? They will turn by themselves. Hey, the mouth will open by itself because he who owns it is sitting right there. So it will open. From today, there are people that will give you without they are willing. They will just be holding on the pass and see you and say, you know what, collect. Why? Because of the presence of God you carry. Yes, Abraham entered the kingdom of King Abimelech with that nothing and became the richest. And Isaac sowed in that land. And the Lord blessed him and kept blessing him until he was blessed. He was rich in cattle. He was rich in all things and all possessions. The Bible says, and the Philistines envied him. Why? He had prospered. The father entered the land empty. He was even borrowing, renting. Very soon, his son was the richest in that land. Before the son became the richest, he became the richest. Why? The presence of God will make men give you. It will make you find favor in front of all great men, kings, men of influence, men in strategic position. That is what the presence of God does in the life of a man. So when you carry that presence, things open up. You don't carry that presence if you don't have intimate relationship. Last year you begged too much. This year, carry God. And last year we have written a lot of messages to people waiting for reply. They didn't reply us. This year there are those that will reach out to us, because as the presence of God increases, your value increases. Demand increases as his presence increases. Men who abandoned you before will look for you. Men who rejected you before will look for you. By that presence, things will begin to change and transform in your life.